Good morning everyone. I am Lamont Gilchrist, www.L.G.Fitness-Messiah.com is my website. So let's get on to the meat and potatoes. You're in this group. We give information and everyone is wonderful. Thanks to everyone for contributing and adding to the group. So let's talk about how can you get started. Of course I'm a trainer and of course this is what I do as a business. This is what I'm certified. I have my degree. This is my profession. I am a pro. I qualified to be a pro over 14 years ago. I'm seeking another pro status. So let's talk about training philosophies and how to actually get started. So I'm going to post a regimen or a split down below to kind of give you the idea of how to get started with your routine. So the split that I'm going to post below is a 4 and 7. This is a split that I came up with that helped me to get my pro card. It helped me to get into the best shape. This is a split that I used for many years as a bodybuilder. Now my bodybuilding split or my bodybuilding aesthetic split is different from my split now because I do so many other different scientific things and I go into the muscle so many different ways. But this split right here, I know like almost in everything that it is that I do. I really don't speak upon things unless I've thoroughly tested it myself and I've done the research or I really trust the research behind it. Because it's like, to me, it's like the same thing with religion or anything else like that. I've seen the Bible used to destroy civilizations, but I believe in the foundation of the Torah and all the other things that go on. And I believe in our history, and I believe, as a Hebrew, the way that things go and to honor the Most High, even to the degree of practicing some of the things of the Torah, the Old Testament, the eating habits. I see how it affects us in today's time, but I won't dwell on that, but just to give you an idea of how thorough I do the research. I've been doing theological research since 1995, 1996, and it's taken me on a great journey. So let's get to the training split. So my training split that I'm going to post below is a 4 and 7. And I'm going to tell you how it works. So you do shoulders and triceps, chest and biceps, back by itself, leg by itself. You give yourself 4 days and 7 days to do these things and you repeat the cycle. And the reason why we're doing this is because we're trying to maximize growth hormone release potential. So if I just did arms, I don't have that much growth hormone release potential no matter how hard I did arms, no matter how much I did, because it's just such a small muscle group. And the fact of the matter is that the arms are more anaerobic. I have discovered over the years more aerobic than anaerobic with muscle fibers, even though they look good and they got a good contraction. But you do this stuff all day, you lift stuff, and your arms move all day. Same thing with core, same thing with calves. So I have a different ideology and training philosophy when I'm training those things. And I can get back to those muscles more frequently. I can get to them almost every day if they're not sore, if they're not hurting. But when I do my back, I'm also using my biceps. So I get a secondary workout. So I work on my biceps twice when I'm doing it with my chest and when I'm doing it with my back. Same thing with triceps. When I'm doing any pressing thing, when I'm doing my chest, I'm also using my triceps, so I'm getting a secondary workout. So I'm actually working them twice. Cardio and abs and calves and stuff like that you can do until they're not sore, so I don't count that as part of the workout, as I explained in my post below. Shoulders and triceps is a big muscle group together, all those little muscles, and they kind of work together when you're doing the muscles, and it will give you a good growth hormone release, and you can actually stimulate your body and actually burn body fat and get into great shape and get your heart rate up by working those muscles together. Chest and biceps, I do it like that because they form a big muscle group. Back is so dynamic. Like I said, I went out to Muscle Mania when I, placed in the world And I went out there the first time, and I realized that my back wasn't as developed because I was an athlete as other people. So I really trained and really got into my back. And so in doing this, I have been exploring my back since 2002, and I'm still learning new things and new techniques and new ways, because there's so many different angles and so many different components to the back and how they tie into the traps, and I can start explaining all the different muscles and how they function, and then how it ties into the core. Legs are just as dynamic because there's so many different muscles. There's big muscle groups. There's the adducting muscles, quads, hamstrings, hip flexors, and all the other things. So you're always going to get a big growth hormone release from those muscles. And I've always said this: if I can only do probably 2 lifts, just for me personally, I would do probably deadlifts, and I would do hang cleans to work on my explosiveness and to work on my power. And I feel that I could sustain my body for years just doing those 2 lifts. So the reason why I break those splits up, and the reason why I split like that, so that you have maximum recovery, you have primary, secondary work on the muscles, you have growth hormone release, you have maximum rest so that you can recover and go back hard, and so that you can grow, and so that you're not tearing into muscles, ligaments. You're giving ligaments, tendons, muscles time to recover, so that you can maximize your potential of being injured, maximize your potential for growth, maximize your potential for hormone release, and maximize your potential for aesthetics and development. And that was my formula for many years. It took in many people and won many shows. Got many people bodybuilding wins, pro cards, training like that with my clients. And so that's the formula for bodybuilding. That's the formula for aesthetic building performance. If you're looking for something like CrossFit and stuff like that, I recommend, if you're in Nebraska, to go to Tim Collins. I see what he doing. I see his work, and he got some good technique. I like the way he break up his sets. I like the way he pushes himself. I like his training philosophies and ideologies, and I think that would be a good place to go to learn some of the CrossFit, because you have to learn the technical parts of CrossFit, because they are Olympic style lifting, done for repetition, done for a duration of time, and you will break down the formula, or the biomechanics will break down, and it's very easy to get injured. And what I realized when I did the CrossFit Games last year, when I came down here and I started doing the CrossFit, is that you have to have a good strategy and know how to break up the work and sit the weight down and rest and recovery, and know how not to go into the anaerobic side of your training, or you'll be tapped out and you won't be able to get back into the exercises, and put all that stuff together, and it's a great form of getting in shape. I will revisit it, CrossFit again. Right now I'm working on classic physique and getting back on stage and stuff like that. So I'll post the link below, and I'll give you a bonus. I have for you ladies and for people who really worry about and trying to get leg development, glute development, butt development. I'll post a link on squat, how to set up for it, how to get into it, or post something that I wrote a long time ago about squat, lunges, and hamstring curls to work your posterior chain. So I hope this helped. I hope you understand, and it gives you an idea of how to break up your workouts, how to recover, how to rest, why we break up workouts particular ways, and the science behind these things. If I say the science work on it, that means that I live by it, and I've been living by it. I've been, competing and being at a high level for over 20-some years. I'm going to do it until I'm 300 years old. And I trust the science. I've done it. I've seen it work. I've applied it to not just myself, but hundreds and maybe even thousands of people. And so I sign off on it. So have a good workout. I hope this information helps you. I hope this gives you a better understanding of how to get started on your workout program. If you have any questions, or you want a little bit more in detail, or anything else like that, contact me and reach out to me. Have a good day. Thanks.